today.
My thought of the day is on staying the course. I was telling a couple of the brothers, sisters around Homeboy that I had jumped on some jet skis. I'd never been on the jet skis in my life, right? And man, that was an experience. I mean, 38 years old, and you're barely still experiencing life. But I remember at the end, we took it all the way to the end. We had to drop it back off, and we only had like 40 minutes to go or something. And we had to reverse the truck back and put it down to get the jet skis back on. And man, that stuff is hard to reverse. I can barely drive the truck reverse. To have something in the back was all bad. And it took forever, but we finally got it. And then we only had so much time to go. So when we're driving, it was you have to fill up the jet skis before you take them back. So we're like, damn, all right. So that was another mission, fill those up. And then as we're driving, I look at my phone. I got no power on my phone. And then Lou, she don't even have her phone. And all I'm doing is remembering how we got there. And I said, I think we went this way. And as we're going, Lou said, I think we got to make a right. I'm like, no, we got to keep going. Well, I think we got to make a left. No, I think we still got to go. And as we're going more and more, I'm starting to doubt myself. Like, well, maybe I'm wrong. And then all of a sudden we hit a stoplight, and there was a truck right there next to us. And Lou asked him, well, where do you take these jet skis? Do you know where the place is? Oh, yeah, it's 2 blocks up, make a right, and then a left, and you're there. I said, all right, as we're driving, she's like, all right, this is where they say to make a right. And I said, like, nah, I don't think that's the place. She's like, are you sure? I said, yeah, let's keep going. You sure? I said, yeah. So we keep going. And finally we make a right, and then we keep going straight up. And I said, I think this is where we make a right. I think it's down the street. And so we're going down, but it's like a freeway, and we're going. And she's like, nah, I don't think it's it. She's like, I'm going to turn around. I say, no, not yet. Keep going. As we keep going, it's going longer and longer, and I start doubting myself. Like, damn, it was early in the morning. I could have messed up. Man, I think I messed up. And all of a sudden, I find myself apologizing. You know what? I think I got us lost. Now I'm looking at the gas. I'm like, oh, damn. I'm looking at the time. It's like, man, we're going to have to pay the late fee. And I think of all these things, like, damn. She's like, should I turn around? I said, you can't turn around yet. You got to keep going. Might as well. We're already on this road. And sure enough, out of nowhere, there's a freaking jet ski spot just right there in the middle of straight down the road. And I say that to say that a lot of times in our life, we always want to change course. We start doubting ourselves. We start questioning the things that we're doing, and it's so easy to turn around, to stop, to change direction. And when I thought about that, I had thought about my dad. And when I was in prison, and early on, when I had a life, I think everybody who goes to prison, they always think they got action on appeal. And I remember I had wrote my dad, and I had told him he was in another prison. I had wrote him. I said, you know what? I think I got action on my appeal. I think I'm gonna go home. And he had told me, he said, he said, if you put in nothing, you're gonna get nothing. So what have you done for yourself? And the truth was, I hadn't done anything. I was hoping, I was even praying, but I wasn't doing no work. And so what I say today is, it's good that you're in the right direction, but continue to put in the work. Continue to better yourself. And one thing that he had told me, and I'll never forget, said everything you do today to better yourself, you may not see it tomorrow. You may not see it a week from now. You may not even see it 5 years from now. But if you continue to do it, sooner or later, it's going to come out. And I kid you not, from that conversation, that was 5 years in, 4 years in. It took another 13, 14 more years after that. But everything he told me, I didn't know how to read when I went to prison. I learned it then. I had so much hate inside of me. Like, that's all I ever had, just hate, anger. That's what motivated me to work out every day. That's what motivated me to survive in there for so long. But eventually I started to work on myself. And I kid you not, everything I did, by not turning around, by not giving up, by keep pushing, I got the opportunity to come home. And there was a time, I kid you not, the same man that wrote me, he had been down 30-something years. My dad had been down 30-something years. And my mom stayed with him the whole time. And he always tried to better himself. And he got an opportunity to come home. He checked out at 10 in the morning. He died on the couch with my mom at 10 o'clock that night. After 34 years in prison, he stayed one day, 12 hours on the street. But the seed he planted on me is to never give up, never turn course, always believe in yourself, and continue the journey and always better yourself.
That's right.
With that, have a good day.